All right, let me show you something that immediately caught my attention this week. This is a video posted by a 2026 Tundra owner, and his truck barely has 1,100 miles on it, brand new. And listen to this. So right away, that tells you everything. We're not even deep into the 2026 model year, and owners are already trying to crowdsource answers for strange engine noises. That shouldn't be happening on a truck Toyota says is completely fixed. And this isn't coming from someone trying to start drama. This guy even says he's not the type to freak out. But the fact that a brand new Tundra owner is publicly asking if his engine sounds normal, that tells you people are nervous. And honestly, can you blame them? Because that brings me to the next thing that popped up online, and this one is just wild. A 2026 Tundra SR owner posted photos of what looks like completely melted wiring under the hood at just 827 miles. Look at this. The protective sheath is literally cooked off the harness. You can see exposed wires, melted plastic. This is the kind of damage you'd expect from either heat exposure, electrical overload, or something rubbing where it shouldn't. But on an 827-mile truck, that's a huge red flag. And look, nobody's saying this means every 2026 is going to melt wiring, but we are at a point now where these random issues are showing up early and often enough that people are paying attention. Now compare that to the next post, a 2026 TRD Pro with under 300 miles. Yes, under 300, where the entire dashboard lit up like a Christmas tree. ABS alert, brake system alert, pre-collision, blind spot, smart stop, parking brake malfunction, drive start control. It's literally pages of warning messages. When you see a brand new truck throwing every system failure at the same time, that's not break-in quirks. That's software, electrical, or communication issues. And honestly, on a brand new model year, Toyota should not still be dealing with this level of instability. But let me show you something straight from nhtsa, because the complaints are already coming in for 2026. One owner wrote that after just 500 miles, his tires started rubbing the sway bar, hard enough to leave marks on both sides. Now, Toyota will say that's the TRD upgrade package, but nobody should be shredding their tires at 500 miles. That's not acceptable on a $60,000 plus truck. Then there's the next complaint, and this one is actually dangerous. A 2026 owner says their sunroof spontaneously exploded while driving. No impact, no debris, no other vehicles around. It blew upward, not inward, which is usually what happens when there's internal tension or thermal stress. The truck was 3 weeks old, 1,800 miles. Think about that. We're talking about a roof panel above your head, your kids' heads, randomly detonating on the highway. And these cases aren't isolated anymore. We're seeing this across multiple Toyota models the last 2 years. Now combine all of that with another common 2026 issue we're starting to see: oil pressure spikes. One owner posted that his 2026 SR5 suddenly shows high oil pressure whenever he accelerates. It's cold out, around 40 degrees, he lets it warm up properly, and still the gauge jumps. Is it a sensor? Maybe. Is it real? Possibly, but it shouldn't be happening on day one. And then, just when you think you've seen it all, here comes another 2026 owner posting that rainwater is leaking inside the cabin. A brand new truck with water dripping inside the A-pillar, interior trim soaked. Again, not normal. So if you're someone looking at a 2026 and you're thinking, okay, did Toyota fix everything? Is this finally the safe year to buy? Well, this is where things get interesting, because before we can answer that question, we have to talk about 2025. And I think the 2025 model year is actually the key to understanding what's going on. Here's a photo that hit the groups recently, a recall envelope from Toyota addressed to the owner. And look closely. It clearly lists the recall covering 2022 through 2025 Tundra and Tundra hybrid engines, meaning yes, 2025s did fall into the recall window. Yes, 2025s were impacted by the same engine defect Toyota tried to contain. And the reason that matters is because the 2025s were supposed to be the first fixed year. Toyota told customers that mid-2024 engines were built with the updated manufacturing processes. They said debris contamination was solved. They said these engines were safe. But look at this post. A 2025 Tundra TRD Pro with less than 19,000 miles and only 10 months on the road, blown main bearing, gone. Another one added to the failure count. And again, these weren't recalled engines from 2022 or 2023. This is a truck deep into the we fixed it time period. And here's another owner. Not even a 2023, but his post says, I guess it's my turn for an engine failure. Look at the photos, truck stranded, warming lights, tow truck on the way. When you see phrases like, my turn, that tells you how common this is in the community. And I haven't even gotten to the hybrid failures yet. So let's pause for a second and answer the question everyone keeps asking. Does this mean the 2026 Tundra is fixed? Well, I recently watched an interview with a Toyota insider, and I want to summarize the key points for you because what he said changes everything. It might help you to understand the situation and answer of this question better. First, he absolutely confirms what many of us suspected: the debris issue was real. He's personally seen a brand new short block straight from Toyota with metal still inside it. That's not internet rumor. That's someone who's physically handled the parts. He also mentioned a 2025 Tundra that locked up at around 1,270 miles. That's basically a new truck. Toyota's response? They originally tried to just do a short block rebuild instead of a full long block replacement. Then, the valve cover gasket on the passenger side wasn't installed correctly, so after the repair, the engine started leaking oil. More parts, more delays, more downtime. And this is happening in a context where Toyota is supposed to be rebuilding trust. According to him, Toyota has a part number for a long block assembly, a more complete engine that dealers can install when there's a serious failure. That part has always existed. It's not some mythical, impossible thing. But instead of using that more often, Toyota is leaning heavily on short block rebuilds, which are cheaper for them, but not necessarily the best solution for owners who just watched their bulletproof engine grenade. He also compares failure rates. Ford, GM, Stellantis, they'd be thrilled with a 1% engine failure rate. Toyota historically operated at 0.5% or less. That's why people trusted them. Recently, they've been closer to 1%, which doesn't sound like much, but for Toyota, that's a big jump. And the bigger damage is to the Tundra's reputation. You can see it in resale values. Even trucks that had the recall work done are not holding value like people expected. Now here's where it gets really interesting for the 2026. This insider says there are new parts coming for the V35A, and that Toyota Japan is directly involved. He talks about someone high up in Toyota Japan visiting the Alabama engine plant in late October 2024 and a quality control meeting happening in early November 2024. Based on information he's seen, the cleaning process for the debris issue wasn't actually fully fixed until around November 2024. Let that timeline sink in. Toyota told NHTSA that engines built after a certain date were fine, but internally, according to him, the real improvement in debris cleaning didn't really happen until much later, which means there could be engines with debris problems built well into 2024 and possibly even some early 2025s. And he also suggests that the true updated parts, the real fix, probably won't fully show up in customer trucks until around April or May of 2026, simply because of how long it takes to ramp up production, change part numbers, and clear out old inventory. That's not official. That's his estimation based on conversations with multiple service managers and what he's seeing in the field. But if he's right, it means some early build 2026 Tundras could still be using old spec components. And he goes even deeper into why this might be happening. Changes in manufacturing processes, possible metallurgy differences, and a workforce that isn't the same as the old Toyota days. Before COVID, the average worker at a Toyota plant had over 15 years on the job. Now it's more like 2 years.
That's a massive loss of experience. Combine that with cost cutting, more electronics, more complexity, and pressure to hit volume targets, and you start to get a picture of why Toyota of 2025 doesn't behave like the Toyota everyone remembers from the 90s and 2000s. He also says something that really stuck with me. People inside Toyota expect that some of the engines that have already had the recall remedy, the fixed engines, will still fail eventually. Not all of them, not most of them, but enough that it's going to continue to be a problem. In other words, this isn't over. And yet, even with all of that, he personally says he'll probably buy a 2026 Tundra or Sequoia. But, and this is critical, he says it will not be his primary vehicle. He's keeping his old Sequoia as the dependable daily. He wants to see a full calendar year of 2026 trucks on the road with no failures before he calls it truly fixed. That tells you a lot. So let me give you my personal take as someone who reviews this stuff every day. If early 2026 models are already showing electrical issues, software faults, oil pressure fluctuations, wiring damage, water leaks, and we haven't even crossed 10,000 miles, then clearly the 2026 model year is not a sure thing. And even though Toyota is moving in the right direction, the failures in 2025 prove that the changes in manufacturing weren't implemented fast enough to protect all customers. So here's my honest advice. If you own a 2026 already, document everything. Do not ignore noises, oil pressure behavior, or warning messages. If you're thinking about buying one, wait a few months. Let more data come in. Do not trust it's a new year so it must be fixed. Toyota will likely issue updated part numbers, and once we see those changes in production, that's when reliability should stabilize. Right now, we are still in transition, and if 2025 engines failed at under 20,000 miles after Toyota promised they were fixed, then expecting 2026 to be immune is wishful thinking. This isn't fear-mongering, this is what Tundra owners are posting in real time, so if you want to stay ahead of the updates, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. I'll keep digging, and as new information comes out, I'll bring it straight to you. Because based on everything we're seeing so far, the story is far from over.